Test 1 2 3 1 2 3. Ooh, that lighting though. What's up guys? It's been a very long time since I uploaded my last vlog or even my last video that was longer than 15 seconds, but now that I'm on fall break, I'm back and making more content. A few days ago I was in my second car accident ever, but don't worry, I'm safe, my car is mostly safe, and thanks for watching vlog 7, have a nice day. Actually, I'm not done yet, so don't go. But I really just want to tell you guys about my experience and how something that could have been really bad turned out to be a really positive thing for me. My first accident was 2 years ago. I was going about 25 to 30 miles an hour, the light turned red, I started sliding, and I was going to hit 2 other cars. To minimize damage, I tried to steer to the outside of the far right car in between him and the curb, but I ended up hitting more ice and running into a tree. The officer who was at the scene let me go without any tickets because he noticed that I was driving safely, I did everything I could, and 4 other accidents actually happened while he was helping me. So obviously that area was a death trap. But the moral of the story is, I'm a very cautious driver, so don't go judging me for getting in another ice-related accident. Moving forward to this recent accident, this past Friday I ended up taking a nap after my classes just because I was so tired, but that nap actually gave me so much energy that I didn't go to sleep that night. I just ended up cleaning my bedroom, I cleaned the apartment, and I got packed and ready to go. As many of you from Colorado know, it snowed about a week ago. Some areas got hit harder than others, but after talking to a friend I realized that the place I was heading and the highway was pretty clear, and I thought I'd be okay driving even though the sun hadn't risen and melted any extra snow yet. And that's where I was kind of wrong. Apparently, even though I had just replaced my windshield wiper fluid, I didn't have any left. If you can imagine, there was all this snow, dirt, and gunk getting on my windshield, and I had no way to clean it. There were times where I literally could not see out of my car. On the way home, I had to stop at the gas station 4 times just to wipe off my windshield. I probably should have bought windshield wiper fluid there. My 4th stop was in Larkspur, which happened to get more snow than the surrounding areas. As I was taking this back road, aka the only road, to the interstate, I ended up losing control. I remember swerving with one hand, trying to downshift with my other hand, accidentally going into park, and rip. I ended up sliding into about a foot of snow and my car was stuck. So I got out of my car, of course I was panicking, of course I took a few Snapchats, but I was trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to do. But within 5 minutes this guy comes out in like a snow shoveling truck, whatever they're called, and he's like, hey, do you need help? He offered to pull out my car so that I wouldn't have to call a tow truck and pay any money. While he was setting up his truck to pull out my car, I called my parents to let them know what had happened, and my dad was really calm of course, but my mom was freaking out. I'm her only child, so... Our conversation kind of went like this. Hey mom, I was in a car accident, but don't worry, I'm okay. I just slammed into a foot of snow, but don't worry, I'm okay. The bottom of my car came off, though don't worry, it's probably okay. And some random guy who looks like Heisenberg from Breaking Bad is here to help me out, so don't worry, I'm okay. And then after that, she asked me if I was okay. But seriously, this guy looked just like Heisenberg. He was bald, he had the same mustache and beard thing going on, the same hair color, and he was wearing a one-piece yellow suit. I think it was like a winter suit or something. He was just a tad bigger than Heisenberg because he was actually a firefighter. Anyway, the guy got my car out, I thanked him, I asked him for a telephone number or an address so I could thank him later, and he says, I don't need any thanks, have a good day and God bless. And I just stood there like, dang. And here's where it gets better. Before I was about to go, he realized that he had bent the hinges of my trunk. Since there was nowhere to attach the cable to pull my car out, he had to attach it to the hinges of my trunk, and now I couldn't close my trunk. So his response was, you know what, I bent your hinges, it was my fault. I'm gonna take you back to my house and I'm gonna fix up your car for you. So when we get to his place, I meet his wife and he tells his wife, honey, take Rodney inside and make him some hot cocoa, make him feel at home. And without any hesitation, she took me inside, she gave me some hot chocolate, she asked me if I was hungry, she asked me if I was tired, and she just treated me like I was family. After 30 minutes or so, the man realized that he couldn't fix the hinges himself, so he took it upon himself to call different businesses and try and see if they had the part for my car. Ironically, the part was in Colorado Springs, which is where I was trying to go. The funny thing was, even though I was the one who got in the accident, this guy was apologizing for bending my hinges, and he was apologizing for keeping me from my family over fall break. He even asked me if I wanted to stay in his house alone while they went to go get the part so I could rest. I told him he was too trusting and he responded with, you know what Rodney, I'm a Christian, so I believe that God gave me all of this house, this car, and it's my job to give back. I believe that people come into my life for a reason, and I'm here to help them. Sure, I've been beaten up and bad things have happened to me, but you can't go life without trusting people. A life without trusting people isn't worth living. I honestly didn't like sitting around and doing nothing, so I ended up going to Colorado Springs with them. They bought the parts with their own money, they came back, and they fixed up my car. On the way back, there's even an accident on the highway, and the man was ready to get out his car and help anybody who was injured. But luckily, everyone was safe. In all honesty, when all this happened, I wasn't trying to think of how to make this into a Thanksgiving video or anything. And I'm not one of those people who doesn't care about being thankful until Thanksgiving comes around once a year and they start saying #blessed all the time. However, after all this happened, I did kind of think, whew, I got hit with those Thanksgiving feels a whole week early. Even though it took me about 6 hours total to get home and I was exhausted, I also felt so refreshed. It was so uplifting to see a couple that was just so compassionate and loving to someone they just met. And in the process, I also gained a new friend. As many of you might have known, I used to have a really big fear of dogs. I've gotten a lot better, but I still have my moments every now and then. When I first got to their house, their 150-pound Doberman Rottweiler mix was charging at me and barking. I was pretty sure I was about to die. The dog was just startled, the man calmed him down, and he ended up being one of the nicest dogs that I had ever met. And on that day, my relationship with dogs got a little better. I guess the main thing I got from this was that bad things happen, but you have to move on and you can't lose your faith in humanity. I wouldn't say being cautious of others is a bad thing, but I do think it's a bad thing if you never open up to people because of what may happen, because of the fear of what may happen. After spending a few hours with that family, I realized that they had gone through so much in the past couple of months, but I never would have known because of the way that they welcomed me. And with that, thanks for watching and have a happy Thanksgiving. That was cheesy. Deuces. What's up, guys? I know it's been a very long time since my last vlog, or even since I uploaded a video that's more than 15 seconds, but I'm off on back.